Today, we're going to break down the system that's making homes more expensive than ever. Because right now, something doesn't add up. People are earning more than before, working harder than ever, and yet owning a home feels further away. So what changed? Was it the economy? Was it the market? Or is there something deeper going on? Because when you start looking closely, you realize this isn't just about expensive houses. It's about a system where everything from how money is borrowed to how homes are built to who is buying them is pushing prices higher. And the worst part, most people don't even see it happening. Let's start with something simple. Interest rates. Yeah, I know, it sounds boring, but this one thing, it can completely change your life. And here's the part most people don't realize. The price of a house doesn't even need to go up for it to suddenly become unaffordable. Let's say you're trying to buy a home. Nothing crazy, just a normal place, around $700,000, which in a lot of cities today is pretty standard. You talk to the bank, you run the numbers, and at first it actually feels doable. At a low interest rate, say around 2%, your monthly mortgage might land somewhere around $2,700 a month. Expensive? Yeah, but maybe manageable. But now, watch what happens. If that same interest rate jumps to 6%, which is exactly what's happened recently, that exact same house now costs you closer to $4,000 a month. That's over $1,200 more every single month. Not because the house changed, not because you chose something bigger, just because of interest rates. And for most people, that's everything. That's groceries, that's savings, that's the difference between getting approved or being completely priced out. Same house, same price, but a completely different reality. And here's the craziest part. The house didn't get more expensive. Money did. Now let's talk about something bigger. Income versus house prices. A few decades ago, the math actually made sense. From around the 1950s to the early 2000s, homes in most major cities typically cost about 3 to 5 times the average household income. So if a family earned around $40,000 to $50,000, homes were often in the $150K to $250K range. It wasn't easy, but it was achievable. Now, fast forward to today. In many major cities around the world, the average home price is close to or above $1 million, but the median household income often still under $100,000 a year. That means homes aren't 3 to 5 times your income anymore. They're closer to 10 times your income. Let that sink in. And this isn't just one country. From cities like London to Sydney to San Francisco, the gap between income and housing has been growing for decades. In fact, across many developed countries, the price-to-income ratio has more than doubled since the 1980s. In some cities, it's now at levels never seen before. Because wages, they grow slowly, usually just 2 to 3% a year. But housing doesn't grow like that. It jumps. In many markets, home prices have increased 50%, 80%, even over 100% in just the past decade. So while your salary inches up, housing just keeps pulling away. So what happens? You save more, work harder, wait longer, and still fall behind. It's like running on a treadmill, except every year the speed goes up. And no one really explains this part. At this point, you might be wondering, if regular people can't keep up, who is actually driving these prices? You're also competing with investors. And they don't play by the same rules. To you, a house is a home. It's where you want to live, build a life, maybe raise a family someday. But to an investor, that same house is something else entirely. It's an asset, a source of income, a way to build wealth. So when investors enter the market, they behave differently. They move faster. They buy multiple properties. They already own assets, already have equity. Sometimes they're backed by corporations or investment firms. And in many major cities today, a growing share of homes are being bought by people who already own property. And here's where things become difficult for regular buyers. Imagine this. You finally find a place you actually love. You've spent months searching, saving money, talking to the bank, running the numbers over and over again. You're excited, nervous, maybe thinking this could finally be the one. And then someone else buys it in cash. No financing, no conditions, no waiting. That's your competition now. Now step back for a second. Look at everything together. It's not just one issue, it's all of them. Interest rates increase costs, income can't keep up, investors add pressure, supply stays limited, demand keeps rising, all at the same time. And that's when things change. This is why owning a home today feels different. It's not just harder, it's structurally harder. So if you've ever felt like no matter what I do, I can't catch up, you're not alone, and you're not wrong. The system has changed, and until something shifts, it's only going to get harder.